Well, I think your analysis was very straight line. History doesn't run in a straight line.
Kid, you cannot tell your neighbor he is stealing ducks when you are stealing funds.
As High Commissioner, I was wrong. As Charandas Prasad, I reacted naturally how any person would have.
I did not come here for that kind of abuse. I did not come here for that kind of abuse. If you're going to go down that road, I'll walk off.
But it's all okay once they're talking. If they were talking, I could not have been here today.
You got ADHD.
I got
calm down.
I think I've done enough in terms of taking our team out of trouble from losing.
Come on, Lord Taylor. That's good. I'm reading the script now, and the first person that comes to my mind to play a detective,
yes,
but an erratic detective, Michael Rodriguez.
Why you not freaking supping in young? Why a man and sup a woman? No, how you deal with that? You deal with that.
We must encourage platforms like this because it brings together different people and allows for discussions to take place in our country on a multiplicity of fundamental issues.
You apologizing for something you think I did is wrong. I don't want you to do that, and you should not have done that. Hi there. Welcome to the Freddie Kissoon Show with co-host Leonard Craig. Wherever you are, based in different time zones, good evening, good night, good morning, good afternoon. Our guest this evening, I think we are on safe ground if we use the word controversial. Perhaps one of Guyana's most controversial members of parliament from the People's National Congress, where he sits as a member of the Central Committee. We are talking about Member of Parliament, Ganesh Mahipaul. Ganesh, this is your third time here, and it's always nice interviewing you. Of course, you know Leonard.
Yeah, sure.
Ganesh, I want to start with something that seems to be a recurring decimal. Amna Ali joined the PNC. I don't think you nor Leonard was born. I was just a young man now entering UG. 50 years is a very, very long time. When somebody departs, shouldn't there be words of joy, words of commendation? But you have been quoted as not saying those kinds of words.
Oh, that's okay. Good day to you and good day to Leno. If I may call you that.
Yeah, that's all right. That's all right.
I want to start, Freddie, by first saying that it's sad that we had to witness that fire at May's school. I think that was a very sad story. But to come back to your question now, Amna is a gem. I love Amna. I think Amna knows that I love her too. And I think the entire membership of the PNCR and Guyana as a whole knows that I love Amna because from my Facebook page I would periodically issue statements and so on, happy birthday, greetings. I have many pictures with me embracing Amna, and Amna is a gem, and I cherish Amna. But there comes a time when one has to draw the line and differentiate between what is love for an individual and what is principle. I think the viewership should know that when we agreed to do this interview, which was about a week and a half back or thereabout, nothing like what is playing out right now in the public space with Amna and the party and myself was there. It just happened to be coincidental that this has arisen 2 or 3 days back and so on. So I have no issues personally with Amna. Since Mr. Norton took office in 2021, Amna has not cooperated at all with Mr. Norton, and she did signal openly that she will not, and that subsequently led to her resignation. I do agree with you, after giving so many years of service, one would expect to be sent off in a glorious manner, and I have never, in my view, expressed any sort of sort of criticism for Amna and her years of service. I respect that, and I hopefully think and believe that I will also, God spare life, reach to that amount of service too. Probably more.
Before we go over to Leonard Clegg, it was amiss of me not to tell you we are doing an al fresco interview with Mr. Mahipaul. Al fresco, the Italian word meaning open air. We're in the children's playground of the National Park, architectured through the initiative of the First Lady, and as you can see, the background is the National Park. So, over to Leonard.
Hi, Ganesh. Thanks for coming, and we're happy to have you. And as you said, you are plumb in the middle of a controversy with respect to your former General Secretary and senior leader in the party. Amna has given several reasons for her withdrawal and resignation from the PNC. And part of what she has alleged is that this new dispensation seemed to be throwing out of the window respect for women and the inclusion of people who are not in that small inner circle. How do you respond to that?
I disagree. I disagree with the contention and opinion of Amna Ali, indicating that there seems to be a discontent for women. I mean, a simple Google, and you see, everybody knows this. And I'm hoping that this doesn't consume our 1 hour.
Yeah,
because
sure.
I doubt whether that was the expectation when we agreed to meet. But in any organization, the PPP is no exception, the AFC is no exception. You were deep in the AFC and you know this. There are issues that one will have from time to time with each other and individuals. What I don't like to do is to allow that to bring out a personal vendetta of attack on person's personality and getting too personal on the issue. The issues must be confronted and addressed. And in this instance with what you see, Amna sadly is going on a rampage to create, I would term, in my view, as destructive and disruptive with an agenda, because Miss Ali did not, as I said, participate in anything to do with Aubrey Norton from day one of his leadership. And to now base your resignation on something that you are claiming to be disrespectful to women and so on. I mean, Leonard, you have been in the political arena a while now. We would remember why Africo Selman left the party. It is well documented in the media. At that time, I think Freddie was still a columnist at Kaichor News, so he may be familiar too. We would know of stories why Supriya Singh has taken a back seat in the party. We would know about Hazrat Hussain. We would know about so many other persons I can tell that experienced what you will call brutal political lashes, for want of a better terminology, understanding that your political party is greater than any individual. And Amna instilled in me, I must say that, and I'm proud for that I gained from her, that you respect your party's leader. The PPP does it, the PNC does it, and I like to believe the AFC does it too. You respect your party leader. And if you are going to challenge and you're going to have a different point of view and so on, do it respectfully, not with an attempt to disregard and disdain or demean, and approach it in a different way. And my response to Comrade Ali's resignation was premised on the fact that I had an issue with the way in which she chronicled her reasons, knowing that I have been in that party for so long, has been instilled with values from her that I practiced under Robert Corbyn, practiced under David Granger, and have all intentions of practicing under Aubrey Norton.
When you started, you prefaced this segment of statements by saying she has an agenda. what you surmise to be her agenda?
She said it. She said it from day one that she will not lift a single finger to work with Aubrey Norton, and Aubrey Norton is not fit and proper to be leader of the party. She said that. She said that openly. So she premised her, or all her actions were premised on that. And because all her actions were premised on that, the sincerity of the apology comes into question. But as I said, I don't want us to consume our interview on this issue. Everybody,
we got a long time.
Everybody in the social media fraternity, and you can read the comments that are below all the posts that were made, reference to Amna's resignation and my response and so on. She chronicled a letter in today's paper. I did do a response. Hopefully it will be carried by both Stabrook and Kaijor also. And I plan not to respond beyond that, because I wouldn't want this little issue to consume the political dynamics of our country at this point in time, knowing that there's a bigger picture at hand. But Amna has said that she is resigning. She gave some reasons which I don't agree. I hope that she will enjoy her retirement. I wish her well. I value Amna. I have no intentions of ever being disrespectful to Amna, nor do I have any intention of being ungrateful to Amna, as she would have signaled in her letter. I rest it.
Would you support a formal sending off, a formal ceremony of sorts?
Of speeches of appreciation.
There are several people who have given years of service in the political party which I belong, and also I know, and the PPP which has been around for a while too, and I don't know of them ever engaging in that, but it is not a bad idea after receiving so much. But I must tell you, Comrade Ali has been invited to several functions of the party from 2021 to now that we had. We had several general councils, we had 2 congresses, we had many internal party celebratory and official activities and so on. Invitations were extended and she did not honor them.
Ganesh, I think as media people...
She didn't honor them by way of making her presence felt, if you want. So I don't want to say that she didn't honor Jack.
I think out of protocol we have to respect your wishes. You're the guest, but the program is an hour long. But put yourself in the place of viewers. You and Miss Ali is in the thick of a controversy. Miss Ali, one of the longest serving PNC leader, has resigned and have made some not nice statements about what's going on in the PNC. I think you must expect the viewers, when they see that advertisement, Ganesh Mahipaul is the guest. We just can't give them 10 minutes of the Mahipaul not controversy. So I want to say that Roysdale Ford has said on this program, the Freddie Kissoon Show, what he has said were not positive of the PNC's preparation for the elections, the Congress, and he openly, unambiguously, he's a lawyer, he openly said that the Congress was not above board, was not following legal procedures. I mean, AMNA hasn't gone that far. So why is this outpour against AMNA?
Why is this outpour against, as in me? Why have I?
Well, she singled out. She didn't single out anybody except you. She, in fact,
and there's a reason for that. I said that there's a reason. The first, let's see if we can put it in chronological order. First, AMNA submitted a letter of her resignation, and she also called on the executive to resign. I am a member of the executive, and she chronicled some reasons why she believed that the leader and the executive should resign. I then responded, not to her resignation, but the reasons that were laid out. I made a Facebook post about it. I didn't call her name, but I think sensible people knew that I was referencing Amna, and I don't have no qualms about that. I was referencing Amna, and I responded on my Facebook page. That message was sent to her because she claimed she doesn't have a Facebook, and that led to her responding by calling me out directly in the newsprint. And before it was printed, she sent it to me via WhatsApp. So she sent me and told me that she's putting this in the newspaper. And I said back to her that I will be responding in kind. And last night she also sent me another message, and I said, have a blessed and restful night, Comrade Ali. So I'm saying that to tell you that for me, I am not hurt by
but
what
why has she pinpointed you?
And I give you the reason. I responded. I was the only person.
The only person
I'm the only person on the executive that responded to her.
Why didn't you diplomatically, in respect of her age and her longevity to the PNC, just let it slide?
But I have respect for her age. I have respect for her.
No, but why didn't you just let it slide?
There is a difference, Freddie, when you hold to certain principles and I hold to certain principles. And what affected me by that, by the reasons laid out by her, is because she was one who instilled in me the importance of respecting your leader, the importance of working with your leader. She knew that when I joined this party, I was not a supporter of David Granger by way of voting for him at that Congress. She knew that I embraced Carl Greenidge. And I said to her when Carl Greenidge lost, that the party is bigger than any one of us, and we got to work for the common cause. And I, along with many others, started to work with David Granger. Then we moved into election. David Granger became president, and we worked with him. When it came to leadership challenge again, you would recall that Joseph Harmon challenged Aubrey Norton. I was behind Joseph Harmon solidly. Amna was behind Joseph Harmon solidly too. And we lost. Aubrey won in 2021 when Amna was the general secretary, David Granger was the leader, and the entire architecture of running the machinery of the election was in the hands of Amna and crew. And Joe Harmon didn't win, Aubrey won. I wasn't supporting Aubrey, but Aubrey won, and we began to work with Aubrey. The point I am making is that the values that were instilled in me at that political level from people like Amna are now the very values that they are going against. Amna in this case.
Before Craig comes.
And that's the problem, 1 minute, and that's the issue that I had with the resignation and the reasons that were given. So I responded to that.
So you think she should have just resigned and leave it at that without...
Yeah, no, but she could have cited her. She could have cited her reasons, yes. But I think her reasons should have been grounded in principles. It should have been grounded in principles that are ethical and what she holds to. And in my view, the fact that she resigned with those reasons are not really what she held to, what she instilled in people like me.
Before Craig comes
I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. Yeah. I know. You've been in the political arena long enough, you should.
He's an old head.
I wouldn't say that.
Before Craig comes in, I think you're not a Georgetown boy, so you may not be familiar with the evolution of city lingo. And one of the expressions in city lingo is Jambilash. I know about that going up in
That's a country thing, Fred.
It's also, so you will know what's Jambilash. Miss Ali said, more is to come about exposing you. And I have this fear for you that you may not survive the Jambilashes to come.
Let me tell you something. That
woman is
you started off
of the PNC. She knows what's going on.
We may differ on that view too.
You show some Jambilashes.
We may differ on that view too. But listen, I have no intentions of engaging Amna further on this issue. If Amna calls me tomorrow, I will answer my phone. But I normally call her GS. I will answer my phone. I'll say, yes, GS. And she's going to tell me what she got to tell me, or she will request of me to do whatever. I will do it. I'm making that pellucid. If I call her phone and she answers, I may expect some ruthless language. I will accept, as I've been accepting for years, For years I've been accepting Amna's profanity, and many other people have been accepting it. And it was never an issue then, it will not be an issue now, and it will not be an issue going forward. The point I am making to you is that I respect Amna as a party elder. I hold her in high esteem, but that does not mean I am to be quiet and silent on certain fundamentals that I hold dear to me. And if I intend to be of any value in my political life to my party, I have to be, certain values have to be enshrined and practiced to the core.
If I get what you're saying, you are saying that anyone who makes it to the leadership of the PNC must be considered to be, one, competent, and two, must be respected regardless of who the person is. Is that what you're advocating?
I am saying that anyone who ascends to the leadership of the party will first of all do so through the democratic process that we have in our party, which requires them to be elected by the membership. And if the membership expresses that confidence in the persons, if you as a minority don't share that majority's view, then you either respect and work with the decision of the majority, or you slide your way out, as some may have done. In this case, Amna did it now, but Amna really did it since Leader Norton came into being as leader, because she has not cooperated with the party from then to now.
Has Norton reached out to Amna anytime during this time personally?
I am aware of 2 phone calls. I don't know beyond that. I'm aware of 2 phone calls.
And what do you think are the content?
I know, I can't think about the content. What are you going to ask me?
Okay, what you know of the content?
I don't know anything of the content, but I know 2 phone calls were made.
No, what I'm trying to get at though, I'm not asking you for the full, the complete details of the content. What I'm asking
No,
hold on. What I'm asking you, do you know if the leader has invited Amna to have a discussion concerning her view that she will not cooperate with him?
A few, beginning from last year.
I know of I must say, tell you this.
Was any such report made today?
I must tell you this also. I know of a formal letter being written requesting information on certain things, and I know of the response that came, which wasn't a nice response. Mm-hmm. That was way back in 2021.
No.
But the point is,
you're talking business. The business of the PNC.
No, well, I'm telling you, I know
am asking you if you know of attempts at reconciliation. That is what I'm getting at.
The AFC reached out to you?
I'm asking you. You were the one.
Tell him again, answer him. Let me answer the question first.
You answer.
No, but I don't know beyond saying to you that 2 phone calls were made that I know of. I don't know of the
Were you ever asked to be an emissary to Amna for reconciliation talks? Were you ever asked?
To be an emissary of Amna?
No.
Of the party?
From the party to Amna.
Was I can't recall. I really
no, you must know that.
I can't recall. But listen,
that's something you forget.
I have been engaging Amna since 2021.
On reconciliation matters, that's what I'm trying to get.
We have been having casual discourse. Our politics have not aligned itself since Aubrey Norton took leadership of the party. Amna's politics and my politics have not been aligned since Aubrey took leadership. Because I have said to Amna countless times that I am respecting the leader. He was appointed or elected by the majority, and I am prepared to work with the leader.
She didn't say that in her.
But that doesn't mean.
She didn't say that in her.
But Freddie,
correspondence. She said you sought her cooperation in either weakening or removing Norton. So at some stage,
so in the early stages,
there
you're
was
saying
cooperation
you
between
weren't,
you and her to remove Norton. She cited a phone
because
call.
you cited it in the recording of the phone call. You don't think that those are attempts?
So she's actually saying in the initial stages you were not a Norton
And that's true.
No, not
and that's true. I don't dispute that.
No, true to everything she said?
No. I never said that. And if you read my response tomorrow, should it be printed, there's a particular line where I said that majority of what she chronicled in an attempt to demean me are untrue. But the few that are true were orchestrated by her. And it is sad that you, Freddie, who have probably 5 decades or more under your belt politically, and Leno, who has political experience too, would want to tell me that because Amna chronicled X means it is that. I am telling you, based on what you're asking me, the answers to the questions from my point of view. She has given hers via writing, and perhaps she can take a seat right where I'm sitting and then give you a more detailed explanation. But at no time did I orchestrate, led, or was the leader in any movement that is against the People's Progressive Party. The People's National Congress, the People's National Congress reform. Those that did exist, I'm saying to you, at the time that I'm aware of, were orchestrated by her at her place of residence.
Okay.
Let me ask you a quick question.
The telephone, anyway, sorry.
Go ahead. You go ahead.
How we went through this with the interview with you. That telephone conversation with you and Rosedale Ford, certainly in many other societies, would have ended Norton's career.
Why?
It was indictment.
But it wasn't proven. It wasn't proven. You see, Donald Trump's career has been ended with what he did to Zelensky. Freddie, listen to me. Attacking Norton has no value to you, me, or anybody else, right? Unless we can prove it with credible facts. The point I'm making to you is that Fayaz Mursaleen lied to the executive of the party, was caught lying via that recording, and he ended up leaving the party. An internal reconciliation process happened, and there are no financial breaches.
With accusation of sexual molestation by Vanessa Kissoon. Someone...
So you just cut me out from saying what I was saying.
No, I just want to remind you of that.
That's what you just cut me out of your job. And there is no evidence to support what Fayaz Mursaleen has said, the executive that currently sits. And you might, I don't know if you're going to be tempted to ask, but of recent there has been no leakage from the executive of the party. And that is right after the last Congress we had. That could be a very good thing. The electorate spoke. The electorate elected a new executive. And we have not been seeing anything of recent. So you're disputing what Rosedale said, that preparations on holding the logistics, the configurations of the Congress was not above board. But before you answer that, to make a statement that a leader sexually harassed one of his long-standing cadre is not something that you hear about often in world politics. That's not true. You can Google. That is so not true. You hear, that's the first thing. And Leno, I don't know.
Of the leader? And
politicians.
And a very senior politicians. No, this man is the leader.
Politicians in general.
No, but the leader. He's the leader.
There are other leaders. There are other leaders of political parties that faced
but
similar.
But you said Fayaz has been proven not to be truthful.
Not to be credible.
Credible. Kissoon?
That's not credible either, and I think I think even Kissoon knows that what was said there is not credible. But I'm not holding that against Vanessa Kissoon either. I think we were in the height of real party politics, fighting for authority over the party, and people did things that they thought would have impacted the results. Sadly, it did not. And it is as far as I'm concerned, that has not influenced or impacted the results in any way, because from the outset, there were clear indications that Norton will be returning as leader of the party. And that was, that may have led to certain actions, but the attempt to do all of these things to discredit the leader, it's not something that I support. I don't support it because I myself aspire to be leader of the PNCR, and I will not like to know that I am participating in bringing down a current leader, setting a norm or a precedence, and should I sit in that chair, when such come to me, I will have to accept it too. But the point I'm making is that if you're aspiring for that office, and if your membership is one that embraces respect for your leader, then there are certain things you must not do.
Do you believe there are redemptive qualities in people who resign from parties and cause blow-ups during the time of the resignation? Like, for example, Vanessa Kissoon, Amna Ali.
Yes.
If you believe that,
we're humans, right?
If you believe that, do you support an active program in your party to reach out to people for reconciliation?
Yes.
And is that going on? Has your leader shown that proclivity?
He has shown the proclivity, and he has, I know there's a social welfare committee, if I may be calling it the wrong name, but that's among some of the other important work that committee has, which is to reach out to senior citizens, to, not forget your elders and so on, and that is also an aspect. But if I sit here and tell you that I'm well au fait with how that is going, I'll be lying, and I don't want to do that.
Okay. Since we're on Vanessa Kissoon, what has happened with the committee of elders and the matter they were looking?
You didn't ask me if I'm related to her.
The Kissoon, I think, is spelled different. I think the Kissoon is spelled.
It's not K-I-S-S-O-O-N?
No, I think hers has one O, if I'm not mistaken. But I know you have two S's and two O's.
Because is my daughter.
I know it's spelled different. Listen, those little minor things, I pay close attention to them. So I know your Kissoon is spelled differently from hers. I may be wrong. I can tell you that I am. And I'm paying close attention to what's going on in the PPP too. And I also pay close attention to what's happening on this program. And I know that there's no Guyanese Critic page right now too. But I'm happy that you're streaming, I think, on Facebook via Daybreak News. I'll leave them for another time. But Leno and I have known each other a while now, man. It's not we're not strange to the political arena.
Yes, but I don't like the association with the AFC. That association has ended. All right.
You must never cross the bridge you have once crossed.
No, but I'm saying the association has ended.
You asked me a question just now about redemption.
As it is now, the association has ended.
So if they reach out to you now to reconcile,
the answer is no.
How you know the answer?
No. I know the answer is no. I know the
He-
answer is no,
Yes,
but
he-
I am.
And I could even put the same question to Freddie
But
because
then the
Freddie was
question to
once
me-
associated to the coalition. And I know that both of you well, I don't know if Freddie said it publicly, but I know you said it openly, that you're now a supporter of the People's Progressive Party. I believe Freddie has been a supporter of the People's Progressive Party out of heart. I did say that on my first program that I was this, and I still firmly believe that. And when you look at the context in which these interviews are done, this particular Freddie Kissoon program interview, when you look at the context in which it is done, it is pro-PPP, and that's my opinion. And whether it is accepted.
So how is
hold
How is
on.
pro-PPP?
No. I gotta take you up on that. I have to take you up on that.
I'm going to tell you why.
If it's pro-PPP,
I'm
you
going
know
to tell
who
you
would be
why.
here?
I'm going
A
to tell you.
PPP person would be here. Next week, a PPP person would be here. Next month, a PPP person would be here. But look who is here.
And we
One of the
allow
most-
you to
one of the
speak
most-
without interruption.
I will answer that too.
And you
Well, go ahead.
we've
go
given
ahead.
you credit.
When have we
And we've given you a
interrupted
space
you?
to criticize Vanessa Kissoon, to criticize the iconic Amna Ali. How is it for PPP?
So are you giving me a space to also criticize Irfan Ali, Barajagdi?
Listen,
Anyhow, listen.
you say what you want.
Thank you.
There's no
Thank you.
censorship on this
Listen to me.
program. We may not agree
I
with what
said
you
on this program that Freddie had Priya Manik-Chan on this program before, and the manner in which the questions were chronologically put to her were different from when it was put to me at that time.
You give a sympathy?
No, I'm not looking for sympathy. No.
You're looking for journalistic
I am not
sympathy.
Freddie, I am not looking for journalistic
because
sympathy.
of that, the
The
program
point
is
I am
PPP.
making. No. I said align.
He can't just like Priya and want to go
No, you're
soft on her.
You're mistaking the orientation of a program
But
with
listen,
how against the street is.
And you say, what am I doing here?
You have to look at the orientation of the
I am
program.
confident as to who I am. I believe I possess the political acumen to answer questions that come from my good friend Freddie and you. And I am confident of who I am as Ganesh Mahipaul, a People's National Congress Reform Executive.
So you
and I'm prepared to be open and answer questions as it comes up.
I didn't get that one.
And
you go through Berlin barehead.
Oh.
As in you can fight this war by yourself.
Yeah, and not with the German hat.
But that said, I am comfortable speaking about the party, speaking about the positives and what it stands for and why I'm there and those kind of things openly and anywhere. I have said, do you know Gail Teixeira had asked me to join the PPP? Many people, when I said that to them, they didn't even know that was true.
But we don't know if that is true.
Yeah, just like you don't
know. We don't know what you said.
So are you
but
saying
just
that?
Now, hold on.
No. Are you saying that?
Just now, the way you presented your argument, Fred, is like,
no, you said
what Amna said is true.
No.
We asked you
I'm
about
asking you are saying that you were approached.
Yes, in 2008, I was approached by Gail Teixeira on the lawns of the University of Guyana Education Lecture Theatre. And I said to her that I don't want to make this immediate step without knowing what I'm getting into. A couple of weeks after, there was something on the campus that Winston Murray and his team had, and I was approached by their side also, and I made the same comments that I don't want to get into this as yet until I know what I'm getting into. And at the same time, I had at the back of my head the state the University of Guyana was in at that time. You are well aware of that because you were on campus. I believe that the PPP was starving the university for financial resources, and there were many issues.
You should take that part out in the interview, since it's a PPP interview.
I don't know if you will.
Should we take
But for me, the University of Guyana was starved for financial resources. It was in a deplorable state. Freddie knows all of this, and my support for the PPP at that time could have never happened. And I read about the PNC and their objectives and so on. Some documents were given to me, and that's what led into me becoming a People's National Congress Reform member in 2008.
2008.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm pretty young, Don't worry with this old look. It's hard times got me looking like this. You think it's easy punishing 23 years and then you come back to punishment? No, man, Leonard. You enjoyed 4.5 years. I enjoyed 4.5 years.
You
too.
see?
And we're going to get it back. Don't worry.
You
come home.
You're allowed to say that on this program, right? You're allowed to say that on this program, right?
You saw me using this program to propagandize.
What am I propagandizing?
I'm asking something.
If I say,
I want to know what's the classification of enjoyment. That is what I want to know.
If I say,
but
those
are your words.
You didn't run in the 4.5 years. You didn't leave in the 4.5 years. From 2015 to 2020, that up to May when we had the thing, even the recount period and what's that, you didn't run. So I don't know if you were not enjoying and you decided to stay and decided to run when they got into power. But the point I'm making is that because you didn't run, could very well mean you were enjoying it. If you were not, I expected you to. Yeah, mine, of course.
Good.
Freddie didn't run neither. Freddie run after the election results come out.
You weren't reading
Freddie.
You weren't reading Freddie's
No,
column.
Freddie has always been critical in his writings. I started reading Freddie since 2000, and the time when Saturday Saw was gunned down at his house, then is when I started to read Freddie's articles. I was always intrigued by them. I always found Freddie's writing to be something of enjoyment. That time he gave reasons to read and so on. Then he was very critical of the PPP and so on. And Freddie wrote a lot of things that I enjoyed reading. Now, I don't think he is doing justice to all that he has done in the past, because there's a sudden shift. But that's his right. That is his political
So you no longer enjoy his writing?
I no longer
and
read
they're
his
no
writing.
longer relevant.
I no longer read his writing because they don't make sense to me.
You can read it, but you can read it, but say something
No,
nasty
but
that you do.
the Jumbie Lash you get in tomorrow in his column. I hope you read it.
Column tomorrow.
But then here, you're admitting then that you have immense flaws. Because I can tell you this, you read the biography, you read the autobiography of any leader in the past 200 years. They talk about what they do when they get up in the morning. They read the newspapers. There hasn't been a difference in any leader.
Yeah,
but anyway.
in fact, let me be honest. I don't read the entire newspaper in the morning, but I go through to see the headlines. Like this morning, I saw the letter in Stabrook News that Amna wrote, and I saw a lot of other headlines. You know, you go through, and then which one ever you have the interest in.
And you stop reading the Caribbean's
No, but I
columnists.
read it. I'm just joking. I'm sorry. I was just joking about that, right? All politicians that have salt in them would read Freddie Kissoon's writing. They may not agree or they may not disagree, but they read it. I read it.
Can I have your opinion on whether they should, if there is a consensus candidate, there should be someone outside of the PNC?
You're asking for my personal opinion.
Yeah.
If the PNC and the APNU consists of more than just the PNC.
No, those people.
The PNC is no, that's not true.
Man,
that's not true.
Ganesh Mahipaul, look at that camera, though.
Even if there is a political, you said look at the camera. Even if there is an organization with 3 people that express an interest to join the coalition, we will accept because everybody is equal in their value. And I will not go down the line that Freddie Kissoon wants to go down to devalue a person if they may have a separate view and do not wish to be a part of the PNC.
Different.
I've looked at the
That's different from a person having a separate view. The one man saying, I am a party.
Let him answer the question.
Repeat the question, please.
About the consensus.
No, I wanted Freddie to repeat the question. I wanted to see Freddie remember the question. But he asked me, man, I know what's wrong with you, man. Anyhow, if there is a candidate that the AFC, the PNC, and all the other parties can embrace and believe is fit and proper and can do the job by not just taking us home, but continue to build on the people-centered development strategy and programs where you deliver to the people, then I can support a person of that ilk. But I have to be convinced that they are prepared to not just win, but go beyond winning and deliver on a people-centered approach.
So, in your opinion, Aubrey Norton must be the candidate as of now, because you have not seen such a person.
I am going to respond to that by saying to you that I embrace my party's position. And my party's position at the last Congress we had has passed a motion giving Aubrey Norton the confidence and authority to be the presidential candidate of the party.
Give him confidence. You don't give the party. Give him
a motion of confidence.
A motion of confidence,
right.
Then, and authority. Motion of confidence and authority. For Aubrey Norton to be the presidential candidate or any other person
he may choose.
He may have that confidence.
Hear this. You're saying you embrace that, but
yes.
That is a way of not answering my question.
Why is it a way of not answering your question? I don't know why it's a way of not answering your question.
All right. That is what you embrace.
Yes.
But, are you convinced or convicted that that is the best choice to accomplish what you said just now? A person who can not only bring you home, but also grow and further strengthen your movement.
Okay, so my answer
do you believe that Norton is that person?
My answer just now was to answer the question, right? Which was what the party did. I believe Aubrey Norton is sincere in his quest to bringing comfort to the ordinary hardworking Guyanese of this country. I have been associated with Aubrey Norton since my entry into politics. I detailed a letter once saying that Aubrey Norton is not a racist. Oh God, if you know how much cost I get from Amna for the letter. But anyhow, let that go. The point I'm making is that Aubrey Norton is guiding this people-centered approach by suggesting ideas to various committees to put various thoughts together on how we intend to approach the people-centered approach.
So he is the best man for the job right now.
Can I give you some advice before you go on? Just let me stop you. Say, be careful what you're saying, because the lady, I'm not saying, she have information of you that shows you were out to undermine and liquidate the political future of North. You should be careful.
So let me ask
you
a
saying
direct
this, it goes to town.
No, but I am not. Listen,
and then
I
she comes with the evidence.
I was.
You know how devastated you're going to be.
But Freddie, I was a part of the Joseph Harmon team.
No, she's not talking about
contesting against.
She's talking about since he became leader.
No.
You have been trying to
Freddie,
undermine
let me
him.
ask you a direct question.
I don't know about undermining.
And after you've answered the question, I'll make a comment. Have you given secrets or things that are discussed confidentially in the PNC to people of other parties?
No.
In an attempt to destabilize the leader at that time?
Who, Aubrey Norton?
To destabilize Aubrey Norton back then. I'm not talking about recently. I'm talking about...
Not to my recollection.
When,
sometime after. I'm not aware of sharing any information of the PNCR.
You're not aware of you, or you have not?
I have not shared any information.
So let me tell you what a senior PPP leader told me. In a discussion with a senior, very, very senior political leader. I would not mention the name unless I probably get permission from the person to say, call my name. But I'm telling you what that person told me. And in a discussion, your name came up, and the person said, that guy gives me the creeps. Because he is not straightforward with his people. He is one of them that gives us information. That is what a senior leader of the PPP told me. How do you respond?
He said senior 3 times.
Yeah, I realize
one can do the logical deduction.
Probably it's Barajan. You told you that?
I am not. I have not said that.
There's no other political demon in this country other than him. But anyhow, I have never done such.
Shall we cut that out in the interview?
You could use your...
No, you said it's a pro-PPP interview and we are allowing you to call it.
If it's a PPP program,
is he not...
You call in a...
Is he not a political demon?
So shall we cut that out?
You choose. It's a pre-recorded program.
No, if we keep it in the program, we would still be a PPP.
Yeah, you're pro-PPP. The program is. There's no doubt about that. If you check the comment section, you're going to see all the comments and all the cuss out. You don't try to remove that. You don't try to guide your technicians and so on. Here, we're not going to tolerate these nasty comments. You left that.
Once it's not libelous.
Yeah, but it could be nasty. It don't have to be
modern society, you have to...
Fair enough.
No, but you realize we don't delete comments and all.
We don't delete that. We would not do that.
I say that.
Even the dull and ignorant must have the same.
I agree with you. So I'm telling you, Leno, I don't know. Perhaps you should ask the person permission to call the name and call the name. But I am not aware of... I've never engaged in any sensitive discussion to release information that are confidential, especially to any political party on the other side. That's why I can sit and comfortably speak my mind when it comes to other political parties. I have not received, or I'm not friendly in the sense of receiving anything from the People's Progressive Party, so I have nothing to fear and I want nothing from them. I was asked the other day if the PPP should win, and they invite me to be a minister of their government if I would accept it. And I said, no, I cannot serve under the manner in which the People's Progressive Party serve. I can't attend no 5:30 meeting and have somebody holler upon me like how Irfan holler on Priya and the others. I can't attend any 5:30 meeting where you lambaste your own and then
So
you
why
don't
picking-
even do
why you
anything.
picking up Priya
You
this
don't
whole
do
program,
anything.
man?
It's
What's
not
the
Priya
picking up
alone.
Priya,
It's not
man?
Priya alone.
You're
It's not Priya
picking up
alone.
Priya.
Zulfikar, Ashley Singh was told. Ashley was said.
What is your relationship
Ashley was
with Gail
said,
Teixeira now?
Hold on. Ashley had said that when Ashley was asked to speak at the 5:30 meeting, Irfan said, "And I don't want no semantics." So listen, I can't have nobody speak to me like that. I saw how Irfan pulled and tugged that security officer, that presidential guard, a man who has family, and but I can't be associated with something like that. I saw when Bharat Jagdeo
with the election in 2020.
We coming to you just now. You're distracting tactics. Don't believe I'm gonna miss you. I'm coming to you. I can't be associated with something like what we saw with Vice News and Bharat Jagdeo. I can't be associated with Robertson Ben and the level of incompetence we see with the guy in the police force. This man is over the age of retirement and still there hampering other people from going on. And there's so many other things I can point to you that I can't be associated with.
Based on the question Freddie asked, and you ask yourself a question and then answer it about if you're invited. But if you're invited to be a minister and you replace Robertson Ben, you're not going to go be a minister and demonstrate.
They are not ministers with authority to do anything because Irfan Ali will lash them at another 5:30. There are other 5:30 meetings that happen, but it's not in the public space. And I can tell you that there's senior PPP people who talk about the type of treatment they receive from people like Irfan Ali, being cussed out and so on. There are people who say those things. Whether I believe it or not, that's another story. But the point is, you asked just now what's my relationship with Gail Teixeira. Gail and I are parliamentary colleagues. From time to time, we will interact if there are motions that we have to speak on. If I'm acting chief whip when our chief whip is not in, I have to interact with her. There are times when we meet as parliamentarians on both sides behind the camera or in camera, as one would say, and I would normally be a part of those meetings too, representing my side. So there is an interaction.
Does she ever remind you that you were once invited?
No, but I reminded her.
And she says what?
Nothing. Just casual.
Let me bring you back to this moral crusade. And I'm telling you now, I'm bringing you back to this moral crusade so I could let the thousands of viewers see.
No, I don't get so much viewership now.
It
don't be so much now. The other day I saw one for interview 3,000 and something people.
That is on,
since the page get cut off because of all the madness
Ganesh,
on it, the viewership has diminished significantly.
You are talking about YouTube. Our viewership is about 40,000, 50,000.
No, I'm not going to argue. No. You have just generated in me something that I've studied since I was 16 years. You just lift yourself and put yourself on a big moral pedestal. I cannot be associated with A in the PPP, B in the PPP, C in what the PPP is doing, D what the PPP. I cannot be associated with that. I have a higher moral standard.
You have a higher... You think I didn't want it to be a woman?
Tell us about 5 months of the attempt to rig the elections.
Let me tell you something. The 2020 elections revealed that Irfan Ali and his government are sitting in office there where 47 ballot boxes are without statutory documentation to prove
all of that was described in the report.
You can tell me what you want to say. I am saying to you that the credibility of those elections, the regional and general elections of 2020, has not been proven in a court of law. There were 2 petitions filed, but they were dismissed for their administrative satisfying their...
Come on, that's common sense.
That does not mean that I have to accept.
If somebody accused me of stealing...
That does not mean that I have to accept.
No, that doesn't mean you have to accept.
Exactly, that's the point I'm making to you. And
I was talking about your high moral crusade.
And I am still there. I am still there. The point I'm making to you, you see, you remind me
of a saying before Craig come in. Not a legend in your time, but a legend in your mind. Craig.
Freddie,
Craig.
You can say all you want to say. You are also. You are a legend in your own time, and you're a legend in your own mind.
No. I am not. I am saying that. I have not said.
I'm saying that.
I have not said I done this. But
this is my opinion of you.
The problem,
Freddie, this is my opinion.
I know that's your opinion.
Yeah.
But the problem I have with human beings is how they take this impeccable line that they draw on what is morally right and morally wrong. So when in a year or two, when September comes and this program is used during the campaign, you can see these things about, but one hopes that before September, you don't be brought down to earth with what Amna Ali said. She's got a
I
new.
saw that coming. You
got
said that you got a problem with human beings who take this moral line.
Oh, you should hear you just now. You should hear
right
Amna said.
You were there.
Amna said you were planning to.
You were there.
But look how
you took a moral line before 2015, and then you switched from the moral line.
And I could justify that.
And then you got straight to the very demons that you got to the very demons that tormented your life.
Amna's bad. Vanessa Kissoon is bad. Once they're forward, but I can't be associated.
Freddie, I never said Amna is bad. I never said Vanessa is bad.
I'm using a light word.
No, you can't use the word bad. Bad is not a light word. Bad is a powerful word.
One can always withdraw it.
Please, I'm begging you, withdraw the word bad, because I never said.
You never said that, so.
I never said that. I
stand corrected.
What I said is that you may be bad. You may be bad.
Do not ever believe. Do not ever believe you can talk me out to
No, I never said that.
Ever, you know where it comes
from?
I come from South George, somewhat, where every day you wake up is a fight, and you keep talking like this. Over the Craig.
I am not going to. All I said.
We can roll the tape and know what you said. You don't need to repeat yourself.
No, answer the man. If you think that you can manipulate this program, you can't.
You will only serve in an impeccable party.
No, I never said impeccable. I never said impeccable.
No, but based on the
things justifying weak election,
based on the things that you just said,
the same Freddie Kissoon that is now hollering about rigged election.
I am not going
to support the APNUFC.
This moral crusade you have. You're talking about you won't be associated. You are associated with rigging the election. You're an election rigger. You deny people their right to vote. What moral crusade you have? What moral crusade you have?
I have to plug something here. I was associated with the coalition with APNUAFC.
Yes.
I was at the recount, trying to recount votes to keep the PPP out of office. I took a hiatus from politics.
Really?
I re-evaluated what I wanted to do, and based on that re-evaluation, I decided that I would support the PPP. What is morally corrupt about that? What is the moral drawback on?
I never said that it's morally corrupt. I never said. I don't know why you're interpreting.
All right. Don't use the word corrupt. But you were talking about that.
I said I cannot do it, Freddie. I cannot support that. That's what I said.
But if you cannot support it, you have put an interpretation to it. I cannot support.
Watch me.
I cannot support this bench being made to the trench.
And that's your view.
Which means, therefore, if I cannot support that bench being made to the trench, I do not believe benches should be near to trenches.
That's your view.
That is your view.
Yes.
You are morally.
I cannot.
Because it is morally wrong. That's what you said.
All right. Let me ask you a quick question. Let me ask you.
Well, listen. You said just now. Hold on. You said just now that I am a rigger and all of that.
You are an unmitigated, unadulterated acceptor of rigged election.
Oh, acceptor now.
Yeah, I never said you rigged election.
But listen to me, what I'm saying to you.
I'm telling you a barefaced
I was going to make the point that I never participated
in any attempt to rig
any election.
I don't want you to sue me.
I never participated in any attempt to rig any election. I never participated in any attempt to rig any election. I never participated in any attempt to rig any election. I never participated in any attempt to rig any election. I never participated in any attempt to rig any election. I never participated in any attempt to rig any election. I never participated in any attempt to rig any election. I never participated in any attempt to rig any election. I never participated in any attempt to rig any election. I never participated in any attempt to rig any election. I never participated in any attempt to rig any election. I never participated in any attempt to rig any election. I never participated in any attempt to rig any election. I never participated in any attempt to rig any election. I never participated in any attempt to rig any election. I never participated in any attempt to rig any election. I never participated in any attempt to rig any election. I never participated in any I won't sue you. Listen, I wouldn't do that. I know you're a little frightened Sue and them guys. I wouldn't do that. I'm not a politician. Listen, I got thick skin.
We gotta go.
I am one of the politicians that you can tell me what you want.
Ganesh,
I will still enjoy your
operator
friendship.
said that you're an exploiter.
The operator said that? Look, the operator. The fact that the operator is saying no, everything you have said in this interview is not credible. Not credible. You are not credible, Freddie. You are not credible. That's what they say.
Let me de-escalate.
Let me
de-escalate. Final question. We go in now, Freddie. Final question. Why did you join politics?
Don't take too long.
I can't answer that. I think listen, since I've been growing up, I've had an appetite to represent.
On the basis of God. You were watching an interview with PPP parliamentarian.
PPP? Correct yourself.
You were watching an interview with the most controversial PNC parliamentarian, Ganesh Mahipaul. Thanks for being with us.
Thank you.
Somewhere down the line, we'll have Ganesh again. On behalf of Leonard, bye-bye.